This was a good movie. Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the movie Arrival. Yes, Arrival stars Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner, and Forest Whitaker. This movie is directed by Denis Villeneuve. Denis Villeneuve, everyone knows I'm a huge fan of. I did a ranking of all of his movies months ago, his entire filmography. I love this filmmaker. He's directed such movies as Incendies, Prisoners, Sicario, Enemy. I love his movies. People call him a milder version of David Fincher. I disagree. He's almost just as good as David Fincher. Fincher being a little better, but yes, I love Denis Villeneuve's movies, and now he's got his new movie, Arrival, and this movie is a fantastic movie. I will just say, this movie will blow your freaking mind. I was highly anticipating this movie. This is one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I thought this would be a huge Oscar contender, probably one of my favorite movies of the year, and I'm right when it comes to both. This movie's fantastic. The story of this movie, I don't want to spoil this movie because a lot of shit happens in this movie. Some people might disagree with me on that one, but the story of this movie is, I'll just tell you what the trailers tell you. It's about aliens arriving to Earth, and basically Amy Adams' character is sent to communicate with the aliens, and she works with Forest Whitaker, who is this army soldier, and she works with Jeremy Renner, who's a theoretical physicist, and basically they're trying to figure out why the aliens are here and what is their purpose on Earth and stuff. And that's all I can really say without spoiling this movie, because a lot of really heavy, very smart themes happen in this movie. A lot of shit happens in this movie, and it's all executed brilliantly. This movie, Arrival, is hands down one of my favorite movies of the year. This movie is such a smart, thought-provoking, interesting, fascinating, captivating, entertaining movie. This movie, I will say, however, is a slow burn. If you are not into very slow-paced movies, then this movie is 100% not for you. You will get bored the minute this movie starts. It will not be a movie for you. If you just don't like slow burn movies, it's not for you. If you're expecting another like Independence Day or something, or Doctor Strange, it is not that kind of science fiction. It's science fiction, but heavy on the science. This movie is a dramatic movie, but a science fiction movie, but more heavy on the science and the dramatic side of the film. This movie is a very tightly, very smartly written film. The writing for this movie is absolutely stunning. The writer for this movie clearly knew what he was talking about. He wrote an interesting story with clever, smart dialogue and very compelling three-dimensional characters. This movie was just executed brilliantly, and Denis Villeneuve's direction was amazing and very well structured. A very beautiful looking movie too, even though this movie is very heavy with its grays and its shadows and its fog, but it really sets the tone. That's the tone of the film. That's the tone of almost every Denis Villeneuve movie. He makes very dark, gritty movies, and this movie, in a way, is a bit dark and gritty, but there's a reason for it all, and the tone of this movie was absolutely perfect for Denis Villeneuve's direction. He directed this movie amazingly well. He'll definitely get a Best Director nomination when it comes Oscar season. This movie was just so well crafted and just so well executed and well structured. Amy Adams is also so freaking good in this movie as a lead character. A very sympathetic character. Right when the movie starts, you feel so much sympathy for her character. You find her character very interesting, fascinating. You know that there's more to her character, but the movie's not telling you. And the best thing about this movie is not heavy on exposition. This movie shows you, doesn't tell you, it shows you. This movie is a brilliant example of visual storytelling, which is what a movie is. And Arrival does that perfectly. It has visual storytelling with great direction, great writing, and mind-blowing cinematography. The cinematography in this movie is so beautiful. The shots in this movie are amazing. The landscaping shots, the tracking shots, just the simple character-moving shots, all brilliantly handled. So well done, so well done. The score of this movie is also riveting. A very beautiful and very visceral score. It works, again, well for the tone of the film. Amazing score. I also see this movie getting a Best Original Score nomination when it comes Oscar season. The other actors, Amy Adams, hands down, stole the movie. Definitely get a nomination for her performance. Jeremy Renner, not so much, even though he was also very good and very interesting and actually pretty funny character. He added humor to the movie, and he was more of sort of an outsider character, and he's a character that a lot of people can relate to more and stuff, and he was an interesting character, and he did have a point. At first, when the movie was going and they brought his character in, I thought he was a pointless character. but when the movie keeps going, you find out he's very relevant and very important to the story, especially the lead character. Forest Whitaker, they could have easily made him a very cliched character, this uptight soldier that doesn't, believe in Amy Adams and stuff. He just wants to kill the aliens. But no, he's a very logical soldier, very logical character, and also a very likable character and a very smart character. Not as smart as Amy Adams, but still an enjoyable, well-written, compelling character, played by a brilliant actor. Forest Whitaker is very good in this movie. The entire supporting cast is also really good in this movie. And this movie is just done so well thanks to amazing writing and direction. The writing and direction for this movie is just almost perfection. And this movie does have a sort of twist. I don't know if I can call it a twist. It's just sort of something that happens in this movie. And it's something you don't see coming. It's a story element that happens, and then you need it for this movie, and I don't know if I'm explaining it properly. I just can't say what it is. I guess you can call it a twist, and it is very smart, very clever, and something I did not see coming, but it's not something like, oh my god, this is the greatest twist ever, or like The Sixth Sense or something. Not like that. It's just something that happens in the end of the movie, and it's something that needed to happen, especially how the movie begins. It needed to end that way for it to begin and stuff, and again, I'm not spoiling this movie, but it's sort of a twist, but sort of not a twist. I don't know what you want to call it. Call it a twist if you want, but yeah, it's something I didn't see coming, and it was very smart, very clever, and incredibly well executed, and this movie is just so good. This is a thinking science fiction film. This is a very thinky film, and if you're not into very smart, intellectual films like this, I don't know if I can recommend it. If you're not into smart, clever movies or very slow-paced movies, then this is definitely not a movie for you. You might get very bored by this movie, but I love these types of movies. Every now and then you get really amazing, groundbreaking science fiction films, and Arrival is no exception. This movie is so good. In the 60s, they had 2001: A Space Odyssey, and even recent years like 2010, we had Inception. 2013, we had Gravity. Even last year, we had The Martian and Ex Machina. This movie just joins all those great science fiction films as some of the greatest science fiction in cinema. This movie is amazing. Hands down, one of the best movies of the year. This is almost right there with Sing Street, with like my #1 favorite movie of the year. I loved Arrival. I will not dare spoil anything about this movie, but please go see it. If you're a fan of science fiction, you have to see this movie, and I guarantee you, if you love science fiction, you will be blown away by this movie, and it'll probably be one of your favorite movies of the year as well. So yeah, Arrival, please see it. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give the movie Arrival, of course, a 10 out of 10. This movie is brilliant. It's smart, it's brilliant, go see it. So yeah, that was my review for the movie Arrival. So in the comment section below, please tell me, did you see this movie? If you did, tell this movie, give me your thoughts and opinions about this movie. Also, what is your favorite Amy Adams movie? Favorite Amy Adams movie? I was gonna go with Catch Me If You Can, because I love her in that movie, and I love that movie in general, but she's not big in it, so I'd say Arrival's her best movie. But what is your favorite Amy Adams movie, and what are your thoughts about this movie Arrival? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.